How
His
long have you
number is
been
number
here?
27. 6.5 years or so.
You're number 27.
That's right,
Right.
number 6.
And I'm assuming everyone here is a number, right?
You're
That,
new to the
oh,
village, aren't you, number 6?
yeah, I'm kind of just trying to figure out what's the deal. Do my part, help out.
Well, unfortunately, there's a couple of different kinds of helping out. You're not drinking, he says. He seems a little insulted. You don't like
Uh,
it?
it's just I used to be an alcoholic, and I'm trying not to, you know,
You might not want to say that too loud in other places, number 6. They may use it
yeah, that's
against you.
one. That's yeah. So it's nothing personal. It tastes great, but you know,
Not a problem at all. But yeah, they just keep you here until they get what they want. And they continue keeping
and
you here in case you're useful again.
what do they want from you?
Information,
Hmm?
information, information.
Oh yeah, what kind of information?
Give me a empathy roll on him.
I'm gonna fail this, aren't I?
Uh-huh. You fail all your rolls. Oh my God. You think that the time here has put quite a bit of strain on his brain and maybe he's a little insane.
Hmm.
The alcohol seems to be one of his coping mechanisms to try not to go into the screaming fits thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's another Alex Kinley. Jesus, you're thinking, can nobody just be happy and sober?
So, what kind of information?
He just stares at you. Starting to look angry.
Oh, all right. Well, no worries. Just
I'm not
keep
telling
doing what you're
them. I'm
doing.
sure as hell not telling you, number 6. He slams down his drink, causing some of it to jump out of the glass.
Well, what if I
Maybe you're
help
one
you?
of them. Maybe you're with them, number 6. Maybe you're not kept here against your will, but maybe you're one of the wardens of the jail. I know your tricks.
Calm down. Calm down. I'm not one of them. I'm one of you. Okay, I'm in the same predicament. Why don't we work together? Yeah?
Give me a fast talk roll. Lower is better.
Okay. No, no, no. I'm gonna be all that. This is
Stands
important.
up and grabs you. I know your tricks, he bellows in your face.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, he seems to relax a bit. All right. Well, and don't ask me things that I don't want to talk about, number 6. I didn't ask you why you're here. I don't expect you to ask such things.
Well,
You
do you want
cannot
to know
ask
why I'm
such
here?
things. What?
I can trade you information. I can tell you why I'm here, and you tell me why you're here.
Perhaps it's time for you to leave, number 6. He looks grumpy.
I have just one more thing. Do you want to leave this place?
Don't toy with me, number 6. You'd be amazed at how many people come and ask me that. It's all part of their traps. They're all leading you back in, and eventually Rover gets you. Rover always gets you.
I haven't seen any signs of Rover or any.
He's nearby. He comes from under the water sometimes. Sometimes you just find him flying around and he'll get you. He'll get you, I tell you. He's starting to get really riled up again.
All right. Just have another drink, and perhaps we'll talk later. Yeah. Number 27.
He says.
I hand him my drink, and I'll
Well, at least
see
you
you
know not
soon.
to waste good alcohol. He downs it.
All right. Um, you said there's more caves.
Yes.
I'll go have a look at them.
All right. No problem. You go and look in the caves. Goes down, and it eventually ends and it looks like some sort of submarine hatch door. This is
Oh.
like a couple caves on. There's plenty of caves. You're just going through them in order,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Submarine door.
You know, with the spinning round
Yeah. On the wall or on the ground?
wall.
Wall. Um, do I hear anything on the other side with my stethoscope?
You pull that out of your number 6 jacket pocket. It's a black jacket with this weird white stripe thing that runs around the outside seam thing. I
Yeah.
can't find a picture of it for some reason.
No.
And you listen and give me a listen roll. This is hard to hear.
Listen. Okay, made it.
Wow. Kind of a throbbing noise, maybe like machines.
Machines. Oh, okay. But no water.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Mm.
No sounds of water or anything.
No, nor of
Okay.
submarine. Well, it could be a submarine engine. You don't know. You don't know shit about submarines to the best of my knowledge. Although, if somebody takes submarine pilot and one of their things, that'd be freaky as fuck. New character, 60% submarine pilot. Yeah.
Can I open the door?
You try to, but the handle doesn't seem to be wanting to turn. It's
Well, if I
irritating.
turn the other way. No, I'm okay.
Take a card for cleverness, but no, it still doesn't open.
Okay. So I check. Why not? I want to knock on the door, maybe.
It makes kind of a tink, tink, tink sound, but that's about it.
All right. Well, can I tell why it's not opening? Is it just stuck?
It might be locked. It might be locked from the other side. You're not sure.
Okay. Any footprints around besides mine?
No, it's kind of a rocky type deal, so it's not really showing up footprints and stuff.
Okay. um. Fair enough. Submarine. Okay. Could be my way out.
Yeah. If you're not going to do well on a chopper, I definitely really don't recommend a submarine. It's just awkward.
Any other caves or is that
it? Sorry. You find another cave. It's not like 1, 2, 3. It's like, you're going exploring and whatnot. You've been exploring for a couple hours. Eventually, you find another cave that has a weird glowing portal thing in it. It seems to be maybe 2 meters high, about a meter wide. It's floating off the floor, and yeah.
Is it against the wall or is it just in the middle?
Middle of the room, just floating there. Obviously,
if I walk around it,
I
walk around it, it's still just there.
Still there.
Do I recognize this at all from my travels?
Oh God, no.
In the other zones? No.
No. You're pretty sure that it's doom. Everything's doom here. That's why. I'm not saying that this in particular is doom. It could be less doom than other dooms, but yeah, you don't recognize it.
I thought I was a better wizard, but I'm not.
Yeah.
What happens if I
big help?
Can I throw a rock in it? See what happens?
Sure. You pick up a rock, chuck it in, disappears into it. Well, that answered all of your questions, you think, happily?
I'm going to go back to number 27.
You decide to live here and say, oh, okay, number 27. Excellent.
Yeah.
He is currently, there's two guys. One has each of his arms, and they're kind of dragging him as he's struggling out of his cave. Toward on the beach, they have one of those car things that's parked there.
How are they dressed? The two guys?
They're dressed a lot like you are, but they don't have numbers.
Hey, is number 27 okay?
It'll be fine, sir, says one of the guys. Give me an empathy roll.
I hate this place.
Watching your rolls is just.
Cool.
He seems like a friendly fellow to you. His buddy's like, "That's right, sir." He pulls out a short club and goes on 27 the back of his head. He goes, ugh. And they go, "There he goes. He just fainted a bit, sir." They load him into their vehicle. Yeah. They put a seatbelt on him. There he is. Be seeing you. They get into their vehicle.
I want to check out number 27's brewery.
It's still some glasses. There you find a strange note.
Mm-hmm.
It says, quote, "Nowhere is there more beauty than here. Tonight, when the moon rises, the whole world will turn to silver. Do you understand? It is important that you understand. I have a message for you. You must listen. The appointment cannot be fulfilled. Other things must be done tonight. If our torment is to end, if liberty is to be restored, we must grasp the nettle, even though it makes our hands bleed. Only through pain can tomorrow be assured." That was kind of like hidden in there, but you found it.
Can you copy that?
Yes.
Over to me. Okay.
Yep. Stop it. Why do you do that? I would really like to know why my phone sometimes does that. Is it because it's full of battery? I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not a phone person. Alright.
Fair.
Alright.
All right, buddy.
Hey. Alright. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this already. But there's no decode secret message still. Right? This is literally just.
Well, there is actually. It's called cryptography.
Oh, I have that.
But the problem is that I mean, it is only good against messages that are super complex. So, like, if, for example, this could change in, like, this message could change into, like, numbers, and the numbers meant something and all that, way too complicated for a player to figure out, then you could definitely roll cryptography. So
this is just a riddle kind. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, you can give
this
it a
is just
shot.
a riddle kind of thing.
Yeah, if I'm doing riddles or simple letter rearranging anagrams, then you're on your own. But for complicated shit like this could be, you could definitely roll a cryptography roll if you'd like.
All right, I'll try it.
Or if you're computer hacking and shit and you're like, yeah, I'm going to fucking break in, then, you know.
Hey, minus 30.
Cool. You get it by half. This is not cryptography thing. The letters don't actually mean something else or something. So, or if they do, it's way too obscure to get. Like, if you have to cross-reference it with the book The Wind in the Willows or some obscure bullshit, you're never gonna figure it out.
Okay. How old is the paper look?
More than a week.
Crumpled.
More than a week. Less than a decade.
Okay. So that's all like written recently kind of thing. All right.
It looks like they kind of wrote it in like blockish letters. Give me a spy lore roll.
Spy lore.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? I know I have it here somewhere.
Hmm.
Oh, there it is. Okay. No idea.
Cool. You're like, I hate this whole place. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what they want from me. Whole place sucks ass.
Do I see anything different if I hold my torch up to the back of it?
Well, I'll take a card for that. That is clever. I like your thinking. There's nothing else going on with this sheet of paper, though.
Okay.
Good thinking. I like it. It's that kind of thinking that is why you're going to be famous. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Apparently, the message tells you everything you need to know. But what the fuck that is a mystery. This whole what is a knock list? Why do they want a knock list? What is going on? Why am I number 6? Couldn't I be number 14? I don't know.
and why do I have a special house? Hmm.
Oh yeah.
As,
The scary thing is that there's actually answers to every question like that. Totally all there are answers. Not like the movie or TV series Lost. Fuck Lost. Fuck Lost and total ass.
hmm.
Hate that show.
Okay. Hmm. I think I'm gonna need to try and get some help. I mean, okay.
You need
Clearly,
mental help?
clearly, I'm not the only one who's here against their will because of number 27. So I'm gonna go to the old people's home. See what's going on over there.
No problem. You traipse back up the beach and over to the old folks' home. There are a lot of pensioners. Give me empathy roll as you look at the withered, old, desiccated, flatulent people. They seem genuinely happy to be here because apparently it's a really nice climate. It looks a bit tropical-ish to you, maybe. You're not sure. You've seen pictures of the tropics before. Can't believe you made your roll. And yeah, this is a nice place. One of them's dressed up as like a sea captain. He's like, "Well, hello, young man." He's got like the white hair and stuff, blue shirt, and he says, "Why don't you come on over and play a game of chess with me?"
Oh, I'm just visiting. Just wanted to see how everyone was. Everything all right here?
No, I'm afraid it isn't. I'm in need
Oh,
of somebody to play chess with.
oh, I'm afraid I'm not really the chess playing type.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
afraid.
sure you can't be that bad. Why not give it a try? He says. He
Tell
sets
you
up.
what. How about I play you chess, and if I win, you tell me things.
Questions are a burden to others, he says.
No questions. I don't ask you anything. You just tell me things.
I'll tell you something if you win. Right.
Uh,
He shows you how to move the pieces and laughs a bit. So give me a play chess roll. It's a chance to get a check in your 20 learn, which actually, if your learn is 20, you don't want to check in it. You don't have to check it. You can
oh,
get normal. You could just fail to put the check in. You don't have to check at the end of the game and see if it goes up because once it's 20, unless special shit is going on, which it hasn't yet because you haven't hit the big overflow of pause yet, or hero points rather. You haven't
mm-hmm.
got to the 50 overflow or higher. So that shit is probably not going on yet. But you can go ahead and try to get that 20% or less. Good luck.
Okay. So don't put the check in. So,
If you make it, I wouldn't, because if you roll a 2 on 2d6, it goes down by 1. If you roll
I see.
7, it could go up, but even if you then roll really high, yeah,
Okay.
you are miserable at this. But thanks for taking up some of my time.
Well. You're welcome, good sir.
Not a problem. Well, I hope you enjoy the village forever.
Yes, it's a wonderful place.
Yes,
Just
it
amazing.
is. Mm-hmm. He winks at you.
All right, I'm gonna. Can I have a look at the map again?
Yes. So many wonderful things here, you think. Dink. Except internet, computers. Oh.
I hate this place. I hate this place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you find a new sign here in the old folks' home. It says, "Music begins where words leave off."
What is with this place? Uh,
You have no idea what's going
uh,
on.
the Citizens Advice Bureau. Why the hell not?
No
See what's over
problem.
there.
You head over there, and that one is closed and locked up, and it says, "Closed."
A fist palm.
Mm-hmm.
And the statues around watching.
Yes, there's one. You're not sure if it's watching you, but it's definitely a statue, and it has eyes that are looking in your direction.
Hmm.
Could be watching you. There are other buildings to go to, though.
Yeah, just trying to figure out which one. Um, Wait a minute. It does say ship right there. Is that actually there?
The
The
stone
ship?
ship? Yes, it is a ship made of stone. It's like a sculpture.
Oh, it's a sculpture. Okay.
Now,
Eh,
give me a philosophy roll.
well, that's gonna go well.
Mm-hmm.
Philosophy.
Chance to build up new skills.
Nope.
You're not sure why they'd have a stone ship within sight of the ocean here for a bunch of people who are trapped and unable to go anywhere.
I'm assuming the ship obviously isn't seaworthy, right?
Oh God, no! It's a sculpture, literally a sculpture.
Yeah.
If you were to push it in the water, it would pretty much sink like the rock. It's made from concrete. I mean, it's not going to do well in the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, just checking. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, if you're trying to sail this,
let's
you're truly desperate.
let's visit town hall.
No problem. Town Hall. You head over to Town Hall, and oddly enough, there's a you bash into something outside of it that stops you to go vroom when you do, and it's like hitting a fucking wall. You're like, what the hell? And you take one stun point.
Okay. Huh. How does
Seems to be
I
some sort of invisible barrier or force shield that surrounds the place. Very interesting, you think?
um and it goes around the entire building?
Do you want to walk around the entire
Yep.
building and check it
Put
out?
my hand out, yeah.
It totally does.
Hmm.
Weird. Scary.
Force fields. Um, if I pick
Considering
up
that
a
this
rock,
place looks pre-internet, having a force field, which is probably post-internet, scary.
oh yeah. Let me grab a little pebble or something and throw it as high up as I can to try and see if it goes over the force field.
Brilliant. Take a card for that. I like it. It goes up, hits, and then kind of rolls back down. This tells you you think it's probably a rounded shield, possibly around the entire building. Bizarre.
Huh. So what good is a town hall if you can't get into it?
Indeed. Some guy
Well,
is standing there watching you as you're watching the pebble. You notice he's watching you because he's making absolutely no attempt to hide. He's just got his arms crossed and he's just watching you. Give me an empathy roll on him.
so much empathy at this place.
Mm-hmm.
No,
He seems like a friendly fellow. They're all nice here. I don't know why you bought empathy skill. It's obviously not going to do you any
what
good.
is he? What is he dressed in?
He's dressed in all black, kind of like you, no number. Arms crossed. He looks happy and friendly.
Similar to the dudes that took 27 away.
So similar, you would not believe it. In fact, he may actually be one of those two guys. It's hard to tell. They all kind of look similar,
I'm
like
just gonna
them out similar.
smile and wave and just walk in the other direction.
As you go, you think you heard him mutter something. Give me a listen roll. You'll eventually make a roll someday.
Someday.
If you fumble, I got something ready for that too. Ah,
Yeah, man.
in a really mean thing, he's like, "Be seeing you."
I don't like this place. Alright. I wonder if. Nah. No, that's a stupid idea. I'm not doing that. That's a really stupid. No, I'm not doing that. Or should I do that? I'm thinking about coming back to the hospital.
It
That
may
sounds
have all the answers. Who knows?
Or it may just be bad.
Yes, it may be super bad. We just don't know. Oh, yeah.
I want to go to the recreation hall.
The recreation hall. There's no force shield around it. It makes you happy. And the recreation hall is for sports and other physical recreation. They have fencing strips, a shooting range, as well as 2 Kosho courts. Kosho is a weird sport I can tell you about if you'd like to know about it. And they also have a game called Roy, A Life Well Lived. It says it's property of something called Blips and Chits. But
Is that a board game or what?
it looks like it's some sort of video game that has like a helmet that you put on.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
All right. No problem. Other people are going. You can hear gunfire from the shooting range.
Okay, maybe I'll go that way instead then.
It shows you walking. Yep. You go over there and they're shooting, and something's up with the guns. Give me a pistol roll just to figure it out, or rifle, your choice. I don't care which kind of gun.
Okay. Oh, no idea.
Who knows? But yeah, they're shooting at targets. Guns are just laying around and shit. People go over, pick them up, shoot at targets for a while, and then just put them down and wander around and do other stuff.
I want to try and shoot one of the targets.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a pistol roll, as they only have pistols here. I like how everybody's calling you Freddy now. Excellent. You hit the target a bunch, and you notice that oddly enough, there's 0 recoil from this. And it does make a shooting noise, but you're thinking, this is not a real fucking pistol.
Did I hit the target?
Yes, you did. You are feeling good about that. Your guess is that it's got, it's like a laser tag gun, but it has like the recordings of pistol noises and shit that play when you squeeze the trigger.
A laser type. Okay.
You know,
Laser.
the electric
Yeah.
beam that hits the target.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A guy with a tag that says 144 on his shirt comes up and he goes, "Hello, number 6. I hope you're enjoying the recreation hall today on this fine, fine day."
Yeah. Fine day. Yep. Enjoying it. Uh. So is there anyone else? Oh, wait, no. I am new,
Ah,
and
let me show you around the place if you'd like then.
I would appreciate that.
Of course. He shows you around and he says, "In here we have a well equipped weight room, 3 racquetball or handball courts, 2 saunas, padded floor for gymnastics and unarmed combat, as well as an all purpose indoor court. We also have a small exhibition and lecture room." He's actually showing you these things as he takes you around.
Yeah, yeah.
The lecture room itself, there's village social clubs, including a literary society, an art club, a bridge club, and a poetry circle. We like to give people a full range of things they can do here at number 6.
It was number 144. You said.
Yes,
Okay. So number 144. Do you like it here?
of course. What is there not to like? Give me an empathy roll.
I was gonna say, yeah. Uh, anyone with a number kind of doesn't want to be here. That's my guess. Oh, I made it. Holy shit.
He seems to think that he's not totally unhappy being here. How's that? It's like it's kind of like being at the doctor's office. You don't want to be there, but you're grateful you get to see a doctor.
Hmm.
So kind of mixed feelings, I guess.
And number 144.
Yes,
Is there
number
any,
6.
can we go talk somewhere in private?
Well, perhaps we could as we play Kosho. Have you ever played Kosho before?
No.
Please come with me. He takes you over to the Kosho court. What it is there's 2 trampolines, one on either side of a large dunk tank, big tank of water. And then against one of the walls is a thin strip that you could jump up on and run along the strip, but it's only wide enough barely for one person. And apparently, the whole point of the game is you bounce around on trampolines, change places now and then, and try to dunk the other in the tank of water.
Number 144. I don't think we're gonna be able to speak while we're doing this.
Really, I find that my conversations doing this are much more exhilarating.
How about something more less physically straining?
Like racquetball?
No, like how about chess?
I think they have a chessboard at the old people's home.
Mm,
Perhaps you need some time in the sauna.
sure. Would you mind coming with me in a private room in the sauna?
Empathy roll, he gives you an odd look.
I think I know what the other is for. Do I really need to roll empathy for this?
If you want confirmation, he seems like a friendly fellow.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not propositioning you. I just want to
Ah,
talk
all right.
away from people.
Cut two,
Okay.
you're both sitting in a sauna wearing pretty much just towels. All of your stuff you've put into a locker. They have no locks on the locker.
Are there any cameras or anything
In the in
in the
the
sauna?
dressing room or the sauna?
In the sauna.
It shows like the heavy steam and you hear zzz, zzz, zzz. No, if there are, they seem to be well hidden. probably are probably well hidden.
Mm.
He hits himself with a stick with leaves on it.
Yeah, I see those there.
Mhm.
All right.
He offers you a different stick to possibly hit yourself with. I think you muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. My bad. How would... All right, I'll do what he does,
All
basically.
right.
And I'm
Great.
gonna say,
It feels super uncomfortable because I've gotten the opinion that your guy is kind of the slick hacker type and, a
yeah,
little bit secretive. And this is just
yeah.
not really your scene to the best of my knowledge.
I mean, I need information, so yeah.
I'm thinking more of like a kind of maybe like a kind of a Starbucks, but with like kind of secretive offshoot rooms that you can go and lurk in with a laptop would be more your scene.
I
Maybe
wish.
hard metal grinding away in the
I wish.
background or something. But
Yeah.
this is not your scene. It's a lot of
Sounds
wood,
maybe like...
wood and stuff, and there's like these fucking hot coals, and he dumps water on it now and then, and steams all over the place, and you're feeling kind of, and you don't know why people do this for at all.
So 124. Do you know 27?
I have seen him around, of course. The village isn't that big, number 6.
He was being dragged away by
He makes
those...
he goes,
Yeah, well,
the village itself has excellent weather.
oh well, I've noticed it's pretty tropical. It's not
He
bad at all, actually.
he gestures to the coals and give me a spot hidden roll as he points something out, dealing with
Okay.
one of the coals.
Oh, I think I know what. I think I might know what he's pointing at.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to see anything in here because of the steam.
No.
You peer at it. And he says, I found that the weather, he stands up, takes a boom mic, is very, very good for the skin. He releases it, goes back up. He sits down.
Yes, it is very good for the skin. Um, do any tanning recently?
Well, we're hoping to get some tanning boots. He gestures off to the side where you see it looks like some sort of Chinese individual with headphones on holding a boom mic, pointing back and forth between you two. But enough of that. I think we've had enough steam. Do you?
Yeah, I think I've had enough. Yeah.
It shows as you guys are exiting, somebody is coming out of a room where they have like the big reel to reel tape things, and a bunch of people sitting with headphones on, closes the door behind him. He says, thank you very much for coming by the recreation hall number 6. It's been quite a
Oh, no problem.
and I know that you won't do anything awkward or discuss anything that shouldn't be discussed.
No, of course not.
Sometime I hope we can engage in a game of Kosho.
Sure. What time of day is it, by the way?
Pardon?
Roughly. What time is it, roughly?
You have no idea. There's no fucking clocks around here, and you can't see the outside right now.
All right, I'm going to say to him, how about we play some code show later this afternoon?
Or tonight. Well, actually, how about tomorrow? Tomorrow morning would be good.
Tomorrow morning, sure.
Excellent.
Say 7-ish.
I'm not really sure what time things are. Just stop by. I'll be here.
Oh, okay. I'll see you then. 144.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Be seeing you too.
Now they've got me doing it. You think to yourself as you go out of there. Jesus, they got a lot of listening stuff here, you're thinking.
I want to... I want to go back to the caves and check if there's any listening / recording devices there as well.
In the distillery cave?
Yeah, all three of them. Well, the distillery cave, I can't check the other one, and the other one with the portal. So those two only.
Sure. Give me a spot hidden roll. Lower is better. At least by half is what I'm going for.
Okay. Nope, not nothing.
No, everything's fine. Fine.
Mm.
I love all the failed rolls. I mean, mathematically, I think you've reached some sort of impossibility thing because you've got 60% skill, which means you should be making a little more than half, but I don't think this is the case.
Nope, not really.
It's like watching somebody playing with one of those decks to try to figure out if they have psychic ability with the stars and wavy lines and shit. And mathematically, you should make a certain number, and then they don't make any, so they're almost anti-psychic. That's kind of what it's like for me. I'm really enjoying it. So keep up the good work.
Oh, I wonder if I can try this. Maybe. I don't whether I might whether Are there any are there any plugs in the distillery?
Are there any what?
Plugs, like sockets.
No.
Nope.
No. They use some sort of pre-internet thing called Fire. It's a bizarre thing, and there's no way you can charge up a laptop with it. So you've mostly ignored it in the past, except for when it comes to burning down anything that you're cooking in. Would you like to attempt to distill anything while you're here? There is fire.
No, I want to try something else.
Oh, I was really hoping you'd burn down the cave somehow. Watching a natural stone thing being burned down would probably be the pinnacle of my GMing career.
All right, I'm going to try and cast a spell.
In the cave?
Yeah.
Do the willpower times 3 and tell me which spell you're going for.
Oh, it's a crit, nice. Does that do anything or no?
No, it's just a pass-fail thing.
Okay. I'm going to cast, or attempt to cast, Wire Trace. And I want to see if there are any microphones.
With wire trace, don't you have to be like touching part of the wire so you can trace through it or something?
Let me copy paste what it says.
Pardon? You've muted yourself.
I'll copy what it says.
Oh, got it.
You tell me. Copy.
I'm not telling you anything because questions are a burden to others. Oh, wait. You think of a type of tech device. Okay. That's okay, cool. Yeah. So go for the casting. You will fail it anyway, so then we don't have to. Oh my God. Right. There's a microphone there. That's a good use of your spell, by God. Take a check in wire trace. And if you don't have one already, willpower, unless your willpower is, of course.
Yeah, I have one already.
Good man.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it. Love it. Yep. You find there it is. Yes. Hidden microphone. And I mean, it's well hidden. You're thinking, give me an evidence analysis roll.
Okay, evidence analysis.
Holy shit. You're thinking that this was built into the stuff. So in other words, or somebody came here and had plenty of time and motivation to hide the fuck out of it. It's professionally well hidden. Somebody didn't just wander in here and say, I got 30 seconds to hide a mic. No. I mean, there's paint and everything.
Interesting.
Yes.
Um. mm, okay. Fine. Let's see what else. What is it? Still daytime outside?
It's getting toward evening. You are definitely feeling super hungry because you haven't eaten literally all day,
Yeah.
and
I'll go to the.
earlier in the evening.
I'm gonna go to the cafe.
All right, you
Yeah.
managed to get a bunch of food into you and stuff. Aside from it possibly being poison full of God knows what, it's not burned, and you failed to burn down the cafe by accident. So it's a good meal for you. You
All right.
eat like a starving raccoon.
Cool. I want to take a nap for like 2 or 3 hours just to
Okay.
get some rest, and then
As,
I want to go.
as you're
Yeah.
laying down to sleep, your eyes kind of go over to the big lamp thing that's near the bed. It looks like
Okay.
they've got some sort of reinforced bracket on it to make it harder to pull out of the wall. And also, you're just looking at that kind of electronics. It seems very old-fashioned, whereas that strange machine with the helmet on it seemed very new-fashioned.
Mm,
The one in the recreation hall, of course.
yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's a VR helmet or something. Um.
Quite possible.
All right. Yes, I'll take. You know what? There's only one bedroom, right?
Yeah,
Bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom.
yeah, pretty much. There's also a living room type area and whatnot, and the big screen. It
Yeah.
lights up, and it's number 2. And he goes,
Okay.
"Sweet dreams, number 6." And then it goes off. The screen turns off.
I'm gonna.
Laying in bed going, "Hmm."
No, I'm gonna actually take a nap in the lounge on the sofa or something.
All
Just
right.
2 or 3 hours. Just a
You
small
notice
nap.
when you are laying down on the sofa, it feels very lumpy and uncomfortable. You're sure that it will kink the fuck out of your back. And you give me an evidence analysis roll, because if you're just sitting in it, that's no problem. But if you lay down, it's almost like it has the dividers made to keep homeless people from like laying on stuff, but they're hidden underneath the cushions. Yeah, yeah. You're thinking that this couch is definitely made so that you don't want to sleep on it because it'll kick
Mm-hmm.
the fuck out of your back and maybe put you in negatives the next day. What a
All
bunch
right.
of evil cocksuckers.
What if I grab the mattress from the bed and
It
put it
seems
on
to
the
be
floor?
attached to the bed. You tug it for a while. The bed
Oh,
itself
great.
seems to be attached to the floor. The mattress seems attached to the bed. The whole thing is pissing you off. It's almost like they expected somebody to do something like this and have years of experience of irritating them.
Are the duvets attached to the bed as well?
You can pull those right off.
All right.
Would you like to make a
Since,
nest on the floor and perch there?
yeah, pretty much with a pillow, just for like. Okay, I'm only gonna take a nap, just to get some rest, and then I'll get up.
No problem. As you're laying down, you notice that you have a lava lamp in the room, and it was kind of the background stuff of this pre-internet furniture stuff before. When you were laying down in your nest, it kind of lights up, and the ooze stuff inside of it begins like kind of doing a weird creepy floating around thing that reminds you a bit of the Shuggoth you've recently faced.
I hate this place,
You notice that it's red, and the light inside of it's red also, kind of a blood red.
and it didn't do that last time.
Now, only when you start laying down on the floor.
All right, I'll nap in bed.
It
I'm
shows
not
you're
be
actually putting the lamp goes out, the lava lamp goes out, you get into bed, you just lay there. Give me a willpower roll to get some sleep because you're just fucking pissed. You want to fall asleep, but you're too angry right now. Just laying there, can't sleep, glaring at the fucking lava lamp. Probably attached to the fucking table thing it's on. Table thing's probably attached to something else. Nothing moves here. It's just waiting for you. Yeah, you glare at
I'm
the
gonna get up then, since I can't sleep right now.
you glare at the lamp. You know it's ready to fucking clamp itself on your face again. You know it.
I'm gonna just go. I mean, can I see the helicopter pad from my building, from my house?
I
Because it's
don't.
right there, basically.
Look.
No?
Let me look. Ding, ding, ding. Number 6. Where's that? The door and windows are facing the wrong way. If you were to sit on top of your house, you'd have an unparalleled view to it.
I'm just gonna walk outside. Well, if there was a helicopter,
Give me a luck roll
I
or
would
something.
probably. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
You say, hey, there's a helicopter coming in.
Oh, there is? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
That's lucky.
And is it landing on the pad?
You go around the side of your house and hang out, watch the pad. Yes, it does, and it's a kind of a little bit bigger one. It looks like this is probably a bigger one than what normally lands here. And they have like, have you ever seen the MASH helicopters that have the 2 stretchers on the outside of the helicopter?
Uh, maybe?
Okay, well, pretty much if you're a patient, you're flying just outside a helicopter.
Oh,
You're in like a
okay.
clear cover thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
uh, 2 guys hop out of the helicopter. There's another one sitting in the helicopter. They hop out of the helicopter. They get a stretcher thing set up, and then they go over. They're keeping low, of course, because you always keep low because the fucking rotors will, maybe chop off something you'd like part of your head. And they take out a patient who's got their face completely wrapped in bandages, and they carefully load the person. Your guess, male, thin, onto the stretcher, and then they wheel it away, and the helicopter takes back off, and flies away, and they're wheeling it now in the direction of the hospital. The patient seems to just be laying. So pretty much they're going to go by your place. They're going to go between your house and Chess Lawn.
Yeah. Can I start making my way towards the hospital?
Sure. You can either follow them or walk in front of them, whichever you prefer.
I want to be ahead of them, but obviously stealthily, so they don't see me.
There's not a lot of opportunities for stealth unless you want to dive into bushes and stuff, and it might keep you hidden from them, but make you super suspicious to everybody else and whatever cameras they have on you. Which is probably all of them.
All right, I'm just gonna walk casually in
Okay.
that direction.
Unfortunately, they're walking fast, so they're going to pass you unless you want to make a very fast casual walk. Almost like we have to get this person to the hospital.
I'll run with them, basically.
All right. As you're running with them, give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
The 2 big burly guys are pushing the stretcher at a pretty good trot. They're not running, but they're definitely not fucking sauntering.
I made it.
You notice that whoever's on the gurney is wearing one of the metal bracelet things, much like what the PCs have.
Okay.
Getting closer to the hospital, passing the woods right now.
Are there more statues as we continue?
Of course, they love a bit of architecture here. It's a very pretty place. Everybody seems super happy and approachable here.
I'll continue going with them for now.
They go over and to the hospital, and they're essentially going to go on into the hospital and wheel this person in with their face all bandaged up like a mummy.
Does it? He's obviously alive, right?
Pardon?
Is he conscious? Is he conscious?
If he isn't moving on his own. I mean, he moves around because of the bumps or whatever in the road.
I'm gonna regret doing this so much.
Cool.
I'm gonna go in.
All right, no problem. You go on into the hospital. There's like a reception desk that the guys are going right by. The nurse looks at you. She's dressed in the same style of hat as what you were wearing earlier yesterday. And she says, "Hello,
Hello.
may I help you?"
That is a friend of mine. Just gonna go check on him.
Give me a fast talk roll.
Oh, damn.
She holds the door open for you.
Alright, I'll follow them.
No problem. They wheel him on in, and that's why. Wait a second.
Now, quick question.
Uh-huh.
When we hop from zone to zone, do we feel anything change?
Not always. Sometimes
Do I
yes.
feel anything now?
Nah. No.
Okay.
No, not actually, not at all. And you didn't pick up any more tarot cards, so
Okay.
it could be because you didn't go anywhere. It could be because you've already been there. It's
Yeah.
just no telling. It's strange. But you notice that this hospital looks a lot newer and not fucked up.
Oh,
Although it is kind of the same kind of architecture as the one you were recently in. Oh, there it is. Son of a bitch. Right. Okay.
okay.
And so you go over, and where the hell is the pictures I'm looking for? They stop and confer with a doctor briefly. Give me a sneak roll. This is for the duck around the corner thing and like observe secretly because there's nobody else in the hallway, but you're trying not to be seen by those people.
Now
Nice.
I get the crits.
That's
Thanks.
fucking weird. I'm just not used to this. No problem. You notice as you're hiding around the corner, near you is like one of those, it's like little plastic windows that you could look through and see into the place. And you hear in that this is a completely different door, not where the air guys are just talking. They're basically, is the patient stable? Yes, etc. I'll tell you more about their conversation in a minute. But inside of that room, you notice this scene. Get over there. There it goes. There you go. I think that scene there.
Ooh, spooky.
So it looks like just a bunch of people in straitjackets and blindfolds in some sort of red lit place, spaced evenly. And yeah, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
And what's on the other side of the hallway? Is that a door?
This is a door here that goes into that room.
Okay.
I just wanted to point it out because it's one of the many, many fun things that you're just being subjected to time after time after time. And now give me a listen roll to see how much of their conversation you get with the doctor, if you please.
Can I use the stethoscope?
No, that needs to be pressed up against
Okay,
something.
fine.
And now, if you were close enough to one of them, then yes, but I don't recommend it.
Oh, amazing. Holy shit.
Weird. How is the patient? Doctor, he seems stable, but he's still unconscious. Excellent, says the doctor. We'll be sure to keep him unconscious. Come with me. Yes, doctor. Did he give you any trouble? Not at all, doctor. They begin wheeling him away. With your really good sneaky roll there at a crit, you follow them and they place him into room number 6.